So we were on Green Island, doing all the things you would expect to do at such a place. The weather was permitting and we had the freedom of a scooter to facilitate all our exploring needs. It was our last complete day on the island and there were still a few things we needed to find. But first, we needed to find something of Ollie's. Pour yourself some wine and put your feet up and welcome back to Vaan's world.
I still can't believe it. Oh my gosh! Yay! Oh, it smells like the sun.
Good morning. So we woke up and we immediately went on a mission to find Ollie's, what is this called?
I don't know.
Handkerchief?
Like handkerchief, yeah.
Bandana.
Yeah.
Because she lost it yesterday. And through video investigation, we were watching all of our action camera videos to see when she lost it. And we figured that we lost it somewhere along this road, and sure enough, we found it. So she's pretty happy. This is day 4, 3, or 6?
Day 3.
Or 5, 3?
At Green Island.
Day 3. Off to a good start. All the days have been good on Green Island, I gotta say. All right, so we're gonna drive around the island and get breakfast now.
The plan was to drive on every road on the island, to take survey of the things to see, then prioritize them in order of things we wanted to do. But everything we saw was beautiful, so we ended up stopping on many occasions.
That's beautiful, really.
The roads were winding and beautiful as they cut around and through the mountain. The crisp ocean air passing over my skin was belying the fact that the sun had unfettered access to it and was beating down intensely on my already darkened body.
I have to show you guys something. So because we went from Lanyu Island, which is Orchid Island, to this island, Lyudao, or Green Island, we've just felt like we were totally lost in the ocean, like completely, like way in the middle of the ocean. But we didn't realize that actually, if I zoom in, you can see Taiwan's mountains. Right there. That's the main island of Taiwan, way across the lake, the ocean. Now, it looks like they're really close, but they're actually extremely far away. It's just that those mountains are friggin' huge. They're just really, really, really big mountains.
We stopped in at a fresh fruit smoothie stand that looked promising. It became an instant favorite. Here's a tip. Take your bandana or scarf. Wrap it around your cold drink. It keeps the drink cold and soaks up the icy condensation, so that by the time you're finished the drink, you'll have a nice cool bandana to put around your neck.
So we've driven around the entire island. It doesn't take very long, but we've driven it and we've seen everything, which is surprisingly easy to do, considering it's like a 1-hour round trip. There's only one gas station and it closes at 6. That's how small this island is. And we have today, all of today, and then we leave tomorrow. So the only thing left to do is just find places to chill, like to go swimming.
Yeah.
I need to get new sunglasses. And that's it. We're done.
The streets were bustling with people looking for shelter from the midday sun. We were on a side mission looking for this fruit called hala fruit or ling to doa, but we were unsuccessful. If you know anything about this fruit, please comment below. We gave up and jumped back on the scooter again.
As you know, this is not a political channel. It's tempting, trust me. You know I got my opinions about some of the crazy shit that politicians do. But you know, I stay quiet. Things happen and I stay quiet because I don't want to get into those kind of discussions. There are some things though that I will not be quiet about. First of all, the mask thing. Just wear the damn mask, right? And other such things like human rights, for example. Like hating people for the color of their skin or because they're a woman or their gender, identity or whatever is absolutely insane. That immediately puts you on the lowest rung of society. You are the mud on the boots of an otherwise fast-moving and progressive world. And it just doesn't take a whole lot of intelligence. It doesn't take any intelligence at all. Not a great mind, none at all. Maybe just a tiny little dab of empathy and compassion to see that the world's just a better place if everyone gets along and accepts each other. Anyway, they've built a monument to human rights here, and it is beautiful. It's not turned on right now. Usually there would be water. Let me see if I can show you. My guess, because I haven't seen it at night, but my guess is this thing fills up with water, and it runs all the way around that ridge and goes down into that thing, which we're gonna go down and check out now. So anyway, if you were getting comfortable at your house there, just thinking about, but not thinking about other people's rights, just wanted to remind you that there are a lot of people that do not have the freedoms that you probably enjoy yourself. There's a lot of names on this wall. I wish I knew more information about it.
Yeah, I'm looking.
I'll look it up on the internet, and then whoever narrates this video will tell you all about it.
In 2001, the Taiwanese government created this monument to remember the people who made sacrifices for Taiwan's freedom, democracy, and human rights. During the period of martial rule, political dissidents were imprisoned here on Green Island. The prison now has become a symbol of injustice, a reminder of what has been, and this monument is placed nearby the prison in an effort to create balance. These are the names of people who could see a brighter future for Taiwan and who otherwise might not be remembered. The next thing we wanted to see was the deer. Being a Canadian, I'm quite familiar with deer, but we wanted to see the Green Island variety.
Okay, so we're about to check out some deer conservatory or some deer farm or whatever place where they have deer. But before we do that, Ollie, would you like to deliver to the audience the results of the Can You Drink Beer with Seasickness? Or wait, no. Does beer help seasickness?
If you type on Google, does beer help you with seasickness? It says no. Alcohol does not help with seasickness, despite all the pirate stuff you see in the movies. So.
Well, I was told that getting drunk messes with your inner ear, your equilibrium. And because your equilibrium's already messed up, that basically seasickness wouldn't mess with you.
What? Negative plus negative equals positive?
Exactly. Negatives attract. Just anyway, do your own research, but I recommend drinking before getting on a boat. All right, let's go check out the deer thing. Do the deer enjoy music? Like bad rock and roll music?
I bet the deers are really fat.
To be honest, I don't know how much I support this whole thing. I thought it was going to be like a deer conservatory, but it seems a lot like we're just overfeeding a bunch of deer.
Yeah.
And
I'm confused.
and like submitting them to some rock and roll music. The whole thing is very confusing. So I guess this is more of like a petting zoo type deal. Got a bunch of ducks down there.
The more we walked around and gave the deer food, we became increasingly unhappy with the whole situation. We saw a lady scare the deer out of their beds in the shade by clapping and shouting just so that they would go visit the tourists, and it made us sick. The loud, obnoxious music could be heard throughout the entire park, and it generally looked as though someone just decided to put up some fences to make money without really knowing how to care for these animals.
Well, look, I get it. You got to do what you can to make money. And when you're on an island, that is basically not making money during the winter because there's no tourism. You just do whatever you can. If that's trapping deer, you trap deer. But yeah, it just felt a little bit wrong. And already tourists are ruining this island because they're taking home seashells, for example, and hermit crabs can't find homes to live in. There's just a lot of reasons why tourism's gonna really hurt this island. And that's one of them, trapping these deer. It just was not a good place. It was not a conservatory like we thought.
Yeah. I mean, we went in and we were walking around like tourists and didn't know where to go, what to do, and nobody was taking care of them. Nobody was making sure that we didn't do anything stupid or hurt the animals.
And there was no water for the animals that I saw, like nowhere for them to get a drink. There's hardly any shade for some of them. It says it's an ecological park or a conservatory, and it's just definitely not that. Don't like it, don't support it, don't want it, thumbs down in a big way, think it's stupid. Protect animals and don't be a shitty tourist, you know? Leave the shells on the beach and stuff like that. Nature is more important than your bathroom shelf at home. Now this might be something, just a little trail we found when biking away from the deer place. Don't know where it leads. Might be cool. Okay, so it leads to nothing.
We then went back to the hostel and relaxed and ate, and once the sun was gone, we got back on the scooter. The goal was to find a perfect place to look at the stars and maybe try some astrophotography.
So we decided that because you can see all the stars, that we would come back to the little Great Wall and take some pictures of the stars. It's a little bit freaky up here though. Yeah. Not gonna lie. Okay, we're almost there. There is nobody here, not a single soul, and we're gonna take some pictures, so that means the camera's gotta go away. Well, that's the end of day 3, and it's our last day on the island actually, and didn't do any swimming that we wanted to, but that's okay. Going around tonight and taking astrophotography pictures was probably the best part of the day. Just pictures of the stars. Yeah, we just went up to that little peak that you guys saw it in the daytime, and it's just this little kind of gazebo on the top of a mountain, and there was nobody there at first. It was amazing. But then hordes of tourists, the kind of tourists that travel in packs of 20 or so, came along and they were yelling and spitting and eating and using their flashlights and playing the shittiest music on their cell phones and just absolutely decimated any atmospheric pleasure that there was. Just totally destroyed all that was serene about the entire scene. And so we left because just can't stand that. Can't stand that. That's happened a lot of times so far on this trip, if I'm being honest. And now we're just taking pictures of the moon. And I think that's where we'll leave it for today. It's a good day. We'll be sad to leave. 3 days is the sweet spot. You don't need any more than 3 days. You'll run out of stuff to do. So 3 days is the perfect amount of time on Green Island. Tomorrow, we're going to Taiwan and then to Hualien. And we'll see my buddy Jason, and then we're gonna plan some kind of camping in Taroko, so stay with us for that. Anyway, we'll see you in the next one, folks. Have a good night. Be good to each other. Don't do anything stupid.